to attain the Supreme God and to get his real benefit. There is evidence in the Holy Bible that God created man in his own form. He created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th day. There is evidence in Quran Sharif that God himself is saying to Hazrat Muhammad that I have sent you to tell the glory of that Supreme God. That God is Kabir, who created the universe in 6 days and sat on the throne on the 7th day. Ask about him from Tattvadarshi saint to unravel all these mystical secrets. Must listen the nectar words of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, based on the holy scriptures of all religions.
If someone gets familiar with this knowledge and takes initiation, and that evil person starts giving initiation to others, sharing knowledge is not sin. But if he becomes a guru, then he will be the biggest enemy of mankind, because he is making duplicate fake passport. Both will suffer in future, but it will be too late then. So beware. You have to trust that no one has mantras, true worship in this whole world except this slave. If after taking initiation from this slave one becomes a traitor, he is evil, beware of him and make him understand that it's wrong. The point is that you will get salvation by doing this worship. So Sikandar Lodhi was not getting any benefit. He met Hindu religious sadhus, popular saints, fakirs, got treatment from them, but at last they told him that it is destined, so you will suffer for your entire life. There is no alternate or no solution. He tried everything. He was counting his days on his fingers and living in that misery. One day, someone advised him that there is one great man in Kashi named Kabir. If he blesses you, then you can get rid of this disease. Pious souls, he was helpless and willing to do everything. He took suggestion from his soldiers and ministers and peer. Sheikh Taki also came along, crores of guards and huge army. He stepped out on an elephant. Elephant in earlier days was a special means of transportation for rulers because it was smooth and easy conveyance. He moved on an elephant, sitting in a wooden chamber made to protect from weather. The ruler reached Kashi, where God Kabir used to live as a weaver doing his spectacle. The king of Kashi, Birdev Singh Baghel, became aware of God Kabir's powers and had become his disciple already. When Birdev Singh Baghel got to know about Sikandar Lodhi's arrival, because Birdev Singh Baghel was a small ruler. For example, consider Sikandar Lodhi like the Prime Minister and Birdev Singh Baghel as a small state minister. After knowing about Sikandar Lodhi's plan, he made a lot of arrangements. He arranged a good meal, and after Sikandar Lodhi's arrival arranged cashew, raisins, apples, oranges, halwa, puri, kachori, pakodi, etc. on a table. Sikandar Lodhi was overwhelmed by his hospitality but told him he can't eat and explained about his disease. He said he has had all treatments done and have heard that a saint called Kabir lives here. You would be aware. How is he? Does he have any spiritual powers? Bir Dev Singh Baghel got tears in eyes and told the king, now you are at the right place. You will get rid of disease if he blesses you. Sikandar Lodhi saw a ray of hope to get rid of his disease, and then he said, Bir Singh, I am in misery. Quickly call that Mahatma, saint, physician. Veer Singh was a small ruler in front of the overall controller of India. He can't say no, can't argue much. He smartly said, Your Highness, your orders respected. We will do as you will wish. But I have heard that we should not order to call sadhus saints. Even if he comes on our call but doesn't bless us, then it will be of no use. We should go there. And Sikandar agreed to not call him. I will go there. In evening, Kabir God, in order to maintain the tradition of guru-disciple, had made Swami Ramanand his guru. He was a Brahman, very knowledgeable about Vedas, Gita, and Puranas. He had made 1400 Rishi saints as his spokesperson. 1400 used to preach according to his knowledge. They were all Brahmins. God Kabirji blessed Swami Ramanand, had a discussion, gave him spiritual knowledge, showed him Satlok, where real God resides. True God, Satya Sahib, true God, then brought him back. Then Swami Ramanand's misconception was gone, and he said,
तुम साहेब, तुम संत हो, तुम सतगुरु, तुम हंस, और रामानंद कहे तेरे रूप बिना और न दूजा अंश। दहु ठौर है एक तू भया एक से दो, गरीबदास हम कारणे आए हो मगदो।
Garib Das Ji is referred because God Kabir gave him divine sight, like Tulsi Das Ji told Ramayana in his own words. Similarly, with divine sight, Garib Das Ji explained truths about what all incident took place at that time. Therefore, his name is referred. Ramanandji had then kept his head on the feet of the weaver. A Brahmin surrendered to a weaver, to the untouchable 600 years ago, when untouchability was at its peak. Brahmins did not allow the weaker section to even touch their clothes. Do not let touch it. He was 104-year-old saint, and God was sitting in form of a 5-year-old child. When he took him along to show Sachkhand, he knelt down to God's feet, bowed and said,
तुम स्वामी में बाल बुद्धि, मेरा कर्म भ्रम किया नाश, और गरीबदास निज ब्रह्म तुम मेरा हो गया दृढ़ विश्वास।
Ramanandji had said, my knowledge was childish in front of yours. Tum Swami मैं बाल बुद्धि, you are my Lord, I am childish. I was an insignificant creature with little knowledge. मेरा कर्म भरम किया नाश, और सब भ्रम मिटा दी, and clarified all my doubts. Garib Das Nij Bhram Tum. Ramanandji says, you are actual God, real God. Now I am firm. Then God made him aware of whole situation that we need to save this worship path for middle generation. We need to maintain this tradition. So you be my guru and worship. As I say, your welfare will be done. Ramananji got embarrassed in becoming guru of the Lord because he had seen it all above. Then God told him to accept his order, else God's mission will be at stake, like the head of Radha Swami cult. Shiv Dayal Ji had no guru, due to which he became a ghost. As long as his previous good deeds lasted, he was considered superior. When good deeds were finished, he became ghost and used to talk in his disciple Bakki. Considering him a true saint, crores became his followers. Their life will also be ruined, same as his. Shiv Dayal, the head of department, became ghost because of those worship practices. Then what will happen to his followers? It's understood, so pious souls, had Lord Kabir not made Ramananji his guru at that time, Kal today would have misguided innocent souls via his agents, stating that even Kabir Sahib didn't make a guru. Lord Kabir Ji was also superior. Lord Kabir, in fact, is superior to all, and therefore to maintain the tradition, Lord Kabir made a guru so that in Kali Yuga, Kal's agents can't misguide his children and keep them stuck here. Therefore, God had to give Ramananji strict instructions to follow his order. Ramananji was in tears but agreed, though not wholeheartedly, but said, I will obey your orders. For public, he was Lord Kabir's guru, but Ramanand's soul couldn't agree because he was a saint, because he had seen God.
तुम साहेब, तुम संत हो, तुम सतगुरु, तुम हंस, और गरीबदास तेरे रूप बिना और नहीं दूजा अंश.
No one is like you in this entire world. God used to visit Brahman Ramananji daily in his ashram. Prior to this, Ramananji only used to make Brahmans his disciples. He didn't give initiation to others, to other caste. He only used to tell some occult process, do this, do that, pledge ₹5, etc., but did not make them his disciples. Later, due to God's blessings, when Kabir Sahib clarified all Ramananji's doubts, Ravidas Ji from a cobbler community became Ramananji's disciple. Then Pipa Das king from Rajasthan also became his disciple. So the point is, every evening God Kabir Ji used to go to ashram of his guru for evening prayers. During daytime, he used to knit clothes, worked as a weaver, and in the evening, they used to pray together. Bir Dev Singh Baghel, the ruler of Kashi, knew well that this is the time when Lord Kabir comes in Ramananji's ashram. So they went straight to Ramananji's ashram along with Sikandar Lodhi. There were guards at Ramananji's ashram, attendants were sitting, and they knew the king. Bir Singh was aware that Ramananji hates Muslims since Sikandar Lodhi was a Muslim ruler, so he acted wisely. He told the gatekeeper to go and take permission from Swamiji that Sikandar Lodhi, the ruler of Delhi, has come and wants to see you and will wait till Kabirji comes. The gatekeeper went inside. Ramananji was sitting on a mat on a side. It was a summer evening. He was sitting beneath trees. The gatekeeper said that Sikandar Lodhi, the ruler of Delhi, has come along with Veer Dev Singh Baghel, the ruler of Kashi, and wishes to see you. Ramananji said Veer Singh can come, but not that Muslim. He will remain outside and talk with Kabirji there only. Once Kabirji comes, the gatekeeper narrated Guruji's order that he doesn't meets Muslims and you can go. Sikandar Lodhi thought, this useless saint refuses to meet the ruler of Delhi and hates Muslims. He took out his sword, went inside, showed no dignity, and cut Ramanand's neck, murdered him, head and body fell apart. Sikandar Lodhi walked out and told Veer Singh that I came here for a solution but committed a sin. Everything has gone wrong. A person does wrong under devil's pressure but regrets a lot. Later, with true spiritual knowledge, he will think first and then act. That will be the difference. Sikandar Lodhi said that I came for treatment but murdered Kabir's guru. Now Lord Kabir will curse me. He is told to be powerful. It was clear to him that now things will go wrong. He came out of the ashram. Lord Kabir came from the other side. Veer Dev Singh Baghel bowed with respect, prostrated on the ground. Sikandar Lodhi thought he has been told to be a great saint and I murdered his guru. So now he is in here. He might curse me. He got scared and he also prostrated on ground to Lord Kabir's feet along with his crown. Now, pious souls, this is a true saint. God hit many targets with one arrow. It's said that the person should be submissive, humble towards a saint he is going to meet. Only then will his blessing be effective. If you have water running from a tap, then you need to keep the glass under the tap, else you won't get the water.
अति अधीन दीन हो प्राणी और ताकू कहते हैं वो अकथ कहानी.
Until there is humbleness in the creature, he won't get God's benefits. Blessings won't work.
संत मिलन को चालिए तज माया अभिमान और जो कदम आगे रखे ओ है यज्ञ समान.
This is God's law. God Kabir had wanted to make sure the king was humble, else God's blessing won't work. Now king was humble. He was in so much misery and distress. He bowed down to God. God blessed both kings with his hands and asked, "What brought you both to this poor?" The moment God had kept his hand on Sikandar Lodhi's head, his illness was cured immediately. In an instant, Sikandar held God's feet with sincerity, started crying and said, "Forgive me, Lord, forgive this sinner." God said, "I have forgiven you. Get up and tell me, what had you come for?" Sikandar, while laying down and holding God's feet, said that you have already healed me with your blessing. For what I had come, but I am evil and have done a disgusting sin, which is unforgivable. O Lord, please forgive me. For that as well, I did a mistake. You are truly Allahu Akbar, Allah Kabir. Then God Kabirji asked, "What happened? I will forgive that also." Sikandar explained everything while laying down at Lord Kabir's feet. God said, "I forgive you, king. But this was pre-decided. My Guruji's murder by you was destined. His life was to end by you. I knew this. This was to happen. It's okay. Now come inside for his funeral, otherwise people will say the king did wrong. Sikandar Lodhi became very happy and thought, oh God, this is a real saint. He didn't hate me or curse me even after seeing so much. So lovingly he's asking me to come. Whatever were to happen has happened. Kabir God moved ahead and both rulers were discussing. Sikandar said, Veer Singh, this is true saint. My illness is cured. I am absolutely fine now. I did so much wrong, but he did not lose his cool. And then Veer Singh said, it was just a trailer of God. You just saw the trailer. Now wait for all he does to you. Veer Singh was thinking that it was just God's trailer. As Kabir ji went inside the ashram, all devotees came running and told that our Guruji has been murdered by Muslim King Sikandar. So, pious souls, a crime was to happen, bloodshed between Hindus and Muslims. God saved the destruction. Ramananji's body was lying in two parts, head and body apart. It was covered with a cloth and blood was flowing. God bowed, prostrated to Ramananji, sat beside and touching his feet said, wake up Guruji, it's prayer time. We will pray now. All devotees are waiting for you. God had said this much. His head stood and got fixed on the body. Ramananji sat saying, Ram Ram, Satguru Dev ki jai ho. Ramananji and Sikandar Lodhi were now in front of each other. Ramananji frowned his face again. Then God, Kabir preached for 1.5 hours and made Ramananji understand. Ramananji noticed that from his body, when the neck was cut, there was one stream of blood and another was of milk. Ramananji asked, Kabirji, O God, why was there one blood stream and another of milk from my body? Tell me the reason. God said, Gurudev, as long as the person has anger, hatred, jealousy, he cannot attain salvation. Earlier you used to hate, you did not give initiation to others except Brahmins. You looked down on them, considered them as inferior, useless, but you are merciful now and you started giving initiation to everyone in Hindu community, even to the untouchables. But you still consider Muslims as separate, as useless. Deeds are useless, not the religion. You will not get salvation till you remain like this. You consider Hindus and Muslims as two, whereas they are children of one God. They have come from one place, but due to lack of knowledge we are separated and you are further dividing. Saints remove gap, they do not increase it. Ramananji stood up, embraced Sikandar Lodhi and said that, son, I was mistaken. I am a despicable person. It was my misfortune. Apologized. God removed my misconception. Thereafter, Ramananji never differentiated Hindus and Muslims. Pious souls, watching all this, Sikandar Lodhi got ashamed. I had killed Ramananji and he's alive now. And I am cured. He sat holding God Kabir's feet, listening to God Kabir's thoughts. He felt, if I will take this great saint to Delhi, because there is a lot of hate And differences between Hindus and Muslims, maybe their mindset might change after listening to Kabir ji's thoughts. There could be peace in my state and all can lead a happy life. The king's policy is that there should be peace in his kingdom, but Karl doesn't let peace remain. The fight between brothers, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, Karl triggers all this so that they remain in trouble and does not think about God. Someone might hang himself or is troubled. One may leave home. There should be quarrel every day. They should not be able to worship. God knows that till you are at peace, you can't worship with God's knowledge and following His worship ways. You all will understand each other as to why we fight. Once a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law always used to quarrel. The mother-in-law was a quarrelsome lady, always used to trouble. Her daughter-in-law irritated her even for small things. One day, one of her neighbors, an old lady who used to go for Guru's preachings, Satsang, asked this lady to come along. She hated going in preaching, had a bad image of those who go there and refused. Every day she used to refuse, but somehow agreed that day. Satsang is such a place. Like how a washerman thoroughly cleans clothes when the dirty clothes reach him, Satsang is a washing area where the dirt of our soul is removed for sure and soul becomes pure. So, the old lady went in Satsang and listened. Complete knowledge is given in Satsang. Those who quarrel are wrong. No family member becomes happy by doing damage. All wish for prosperity and safety. If something goes wrong, then it was destined to happen. It will happen. Later they quarrel, increase their work. Wise man should finish it off. Any mature person should do it. It's his duty. So the old lady understood this, that whatever is destined will happen. Why to quarrel later? It won't return. Unnecessarily we create mental tension by arguing with.
तो कहते हैं एक के चोट से धारिया जिन मिलन दाचा.
So the old lady started going to satsang and quarrel reduced in her house. One day the daughter-in-law, after milking the buffaloes, was trying to hang the milk in a hook to save from cats and dogs before keeping it for boil. Somehow she was mistaken. She thought the bucket handle hanged in the hook, but it didn't, and the whole of it fell down and spread on the ground. The daughter-in-law knew that the old lady will start now. First, she will shout, will complain to her son. Later, he will beat me. It will last for days. But that day, what the old lady said while the daughter-in-law was looking at her face, "No problem, daughter. Today's milk was not in our fate. You sweep it and feed the buffaloes. It's of no use to us now. It was not in our fate today. No worries if it fell down. Buffalo will give full milk bucket again tomorrow morning." She was surprised. What happened to her? She never was so relaxed. She thought she will complain my husband in the evening. She is still annoyed, but old lady did not say anything. Then she was sure and wondered how did so much change come into this old lady. The daughter-in-law then respected her, cared for her, gave affection. Old lady saved quarrel and did not complain to her husband. So it became a loving relation. The old lady then told her to come to satsang as well. So pious souls, whatever harm were to happen has happened. There is no point to quarrel further. Complaint, all is useless. Be cautious. In the future, simple. So the king thought that Kabir ji is giving such good knowledge that you consider Hindu Muslims as two. Good man, you have come from the same house of Lord. You are one. You have separated to attain God. Once you will understand this knowledge, you will unite again. No big deal. Worship and get rid. Becoming Hindu, Muslim, Sikh and Christian will not help. Whosoever does true worship, be it Hindu or Muslim or Sikh or Christian, he will attain salvation, otherwise not. The true way of worship was told by God. He only brings it. This is the right time of Kali Yuga, as decided for the middle generation of Kali Yuga. That knowledge is with the slave, especially given by God for your welfare, for the welfare of whole world. Understand it carefully. Match it with holy books. Match it with the worship of great people who attained God, who will understand in minutes. Then merely worship will remain. Till now there is lot of difficulties due to these fake saints who have separated us. Some say this way of worship is correct, others claim that other form of worship is better, as they got benefit from it. The benefit to them was because of their previous good deeds, but praise their worship. Such benefits can never be due to that worship because it is not according to the holy book. So the point was, God can destroy our earlier sins and misfortune. Rigved Mandal number 10, Sukt number 162, Mantra number 2 says, God can get an ill person or a dead relieved from the Lord of death and can increase his lifespan for 100 years. He is so capable. Only he can do this. We need to see these qualities to identify that capable Lord. Sikandar Lodhi's suffering was predestined. It was in his destiny, which was cured by Kabir ji's blessings. Sikandar had killed Ramananji and God told he had this much breaths only and he was to die from you. This was destined, written in his destiny. God made him alive and increased his lifespan. So, pious souls, what happened next? Sikandar Lodhi got well and came to his guest house in Kashi. Sheikh Taki, their Muslim religious guru, was sitting there. Sikandar Lodhi explained everything to his religious guru, that how he is cured merely by the blessing of that great man. I am absolutely fine now. I killed his guru Ramananji in anger. He made him alive in front of me. He is a form of God. Now, pious souls, two generals and two saints can never listen to each other's praise, and they never get along. There is a special anger-hatred in them. Sheikh Taki thought that he is less important now, and the other guru has gained more importance to the king, so he decided to show Kabir ji down in the eyes of Sikandar Lodhi so as to maintain his lordship. With this intention, he said, "Was I present there? Nothing happened in front of my eyes. I will see when it will be in front of me," and frowned his face. The king understood. He behaves like this when he is annoyed, and he knew well if Sheikh Taki is annoyed, then he will make all Muslims oppose him. He is such an evil person. To keep him happy was king's helplessness. Sheikh Taki said, "Anyone can perform these small occults, but knowledge is the main thing. Knowledge of Quran Sharif is most superior on earth. Let's judge him on knowledge and decide if he is a saint or not." Birdev Singh Baghel, ruler of Kashi, knew well Sheikh Taki will be defeated in knowledge as well, and said he will call him here today and then you can discuss. Sheikh Taki said, okay, call him tomorrow. Kabir ji was called and he came. A lot of Hindus and Muslims were also called, saying that there will be a spiritual discussion between two great men. Sheikh Taki started and questioned the king. You call Kabir Allah, but Allah is Bechun. He is not in form, he is not visible. Then God said, I will tell you later as to how is God, but the worship which you do, Sheikh Ji, cannot give any benefit to a person. He got irritated on listening that our worship is wrong. God said, I am not only just telling, but they are actually wrong. Sheikh Taki asked how. Then God said, doing those worship, your king was not cured. Sheikh Taki said, it's written in Quran Sharif that till you do not bring faith in one Allah and do correct worship, you won't get any relief. Kabir God told Sheikh Taki, no one can have integrity like your head Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu, whom you call Wasallam, and no Muslim can be similar to him. No one can worship like him. Can someone do it? No. He believed in just one Allah and worshipped him. What was his condition? He had 3 sons. All died in front of his eyes. He himself died at the age of 63 due to illness. He used to faint. Is that person happy? Whose 3 sons died in front of him. He can never be happy even in dreams. You can never be more faithful than him, no matter what you say. Sheikh Taki got dejected. All Muslims were shocked that whatever this saint is telling is 100% true. We used to hear it every day that his 3 sons died, and of such a great man who used to worship day and night, who did not discuss anything else except God. So what will happen to others? A hint is sufficient. For intelligent person, then Bir Singh asked God, what was the reason of his death? God said, there is one chapter in Quran Sharif, Surat Furqan 25, Ayat 52 to 59, gives information about Allahu Akbar. He is capable, he can destroy sins, he forgives crimes. He created the universe in 6 days and sat on the throne on the 7th day. Ask about him from an enlightened saint. Quran Sharif does not know about him. And I am that enlightened saint, Kabir ji said. I have that method because of which you have all of this happiness. Kabir ji was God but hiding himself. If he repeatedly will say, I am Allah, they will never agree. This was the reason why Hindus and Muslims were not getting any benefit. Kabir ji used to tell that you will be benefited with the way of worship. I will tell you, but these religious gurus have kept us divided. Dr. Zakir Naik ji says there is no rebirth. Birth is just once, and has given reference of Vedas, saying that Vedas also say the same. I will show you in Vedas and in Gita that there is rebirth. First, I will show about rebirth in Quran Sharif itself. Look, this is pious Quran Sharif. Mutarjamah, Barhashiyah, Sanuvad, Satyapad, Shastriya Arbi Paddhati, Nagari script, and translator is Nand Kumar Avasthi. Here I will show you. This is that Ilami book which has no scope of doubt. Mutarjan, Barhashya, Sanuvad, Satipad, Shastriya Arbi Paddhati in Nagri script. Publisher is Lucknow Book House, Mausam Bagh, Sitapur Road, Lucknow. From where is it published? I will show you here. It's Gospel Press, Lucknow. This is Surat Mulaki 67, Ayat number 2, regarding birth and death. Ayat 1 end here, the one who made death and birth, so as to judge who amongst you performs well. He is very powerful and very forgiving. Okay. Allah made birth and death means made birth and death. These Muslim brothers do not believe in birth and death. How do they define this ayat? They say that God, Allah, told once, you will be born, you will be examined, then you will die, later you will be buried in graves, you will stay there, and on doomsday you will all be made alive. Until then, they will be trapped in that grave. Is this knowledge? Post-destruction, God will make everyone alive and will take their account. Those who did good deeds will be sent to heaven, and those who did bad will go to hell forever. This is fixed. When will be the turn of donkeys, dogs, lions, goats? This is wrong. The reality is there is rebirth, and by giving reference of Hindu religious books, Dr. Zakir Naik ji is trying to misguide these innocent souls. I will show you in pious Gita that there is rebirth. The narrator of Gita says, Arjun, you and I have been born several times. You do not know. I know. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 4, verse 5 and 9, Gita chapter number 2, verse number 12, Gita chapter number 10, verse number 2, the narrator of Gita says, Arjun, you and I have been born several times. You do not know, I know. These deities do not know regarding my birth because I am their originator. Who is the narrator of Gita? He is devil. He is Brahma, Sarpurush. He is the same who gave knowledge of Quran Sharif. He never comes in front of anyone. He has taken a pledge. He remains hidden like thieves. He is telling that he is born, but the saints and deities who are born from me do not know about my birth. Children do not know about father's birth. The grandfather can tell. So that grandfather, the complete God, Allahu Akbar, the supreme power, Paramakshar Brahma, told about this Brahma himself that this narrator of Gita and Quran also has birth and death. See, this is pious Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It's translated by Jai Dayal Goenka, published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. This is chapter number 2, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, verse number 12. The narrator of Gita says, it wasn't that I was not there before, or you were not there, or these rulers were not there. Neither it's like that we will not be there in the future. Okay. Now I will show you chapter number 4, verse 5 and 8. See, this is chapter number 4, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Verse number 5. Here is its translation of 5. Gita narrator says, O Parantap Arjun, you and I have been born several times. You do not know all, but I do know. Now, in chapter number 4, verse 9, Gita narrator says, "My birth and deeds are divine, they are supernatural." Look here, chapter number 10, verse number 2. What does he say about my creation? That is, the narrator of Gita was also born. They have wrongly translated these God and saints are unaware about my creation because in all ways I am the reason for their birth. So it is clear that Dr. Zakir Naik gave the reference of Gita chapter number 10 verse number 3 to prove his God, the narrator of Quran Sharif, as Allah and that he is never born. For that he referred reference of Gita chapter number 10 and verse number 3.
Come, let us know the experiences of those devotees who have received initiation from Jagatguru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji and are following the devotional path told by him.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
What's your name?
My name is Neelam Sharma.
Sister, where are you from?
I am from Uttarakhand district, Pori.
When did you take initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj?
I took initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj on 24th July 2019.
Before taking initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, did you used to do any devotional practice?
Yes, I used to perform traditional devotion that was going on, like doing devotion to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh and carrying out Shraddh, offering to Pitras, etc. Going on pilgrimage, taking fast, etc. We used to do this worship, and even after doing these worships, we did not get any benefit.
Then how did you come under the shelter of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj?
From 2017, my mother was connected, so I heard the knowledge from my mother that our Guruji gives such knowledge. In the beginning, I thought that what kind of devotion is it? That he is telling Kabir as God. Where is the proof? Then I heard the Satsang of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj on YouTube. Mostly heard on TV, but I used to listen to his Satsang on the phone with the earphones. Then slowly I came to know that no one has given such knowledge till today. Whichever Satsang I used to listen on TV, but I never felt like, yes, there is some power in their knowledge. But when I listened to Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, when I heard the Satsang, I was very impressed that in reality his knowledge is different and he is telling the method of devotion which is certified by the scriptures. Then on 24 July 2019, I took initiation in Delhi Dwarka Sector 1 and got to the refuge of God.
Did you get any benefits after taking initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj?
Yes, I have got a lot of benefits, but one benefit is that I was sad for many years, due to which at least for 8 years I had migraine problems. I used to have continuous pain in my head. I used to eat one time in 24 hours. I used to vomit. I started having so much trouble in my eyes that it seemed that now my vision is also going to destroy. After taking initiation from Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, for 15 days the devotion I performed like chanting mantra and listening to his satsang. Then from mantra I had such a difference that my head pain disappeared. And I didn't even know. It seemed as if my head has become completely light and as if a new vision has come in my eyes. And I have become absolutely tension free. So that day I have become so firmly convinced that no one has the power like Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj's knowledge and mantras have. I am completely healthy with the problem of migraine, and after that I have got physical benefits, I have got mental benefits, there is prosperity in the house, and I have taken all the happiness. There is no problem with anything in my house. I have my own house is in Delhi. I live in Delhi Palam for 10 years. The biggest problem that was there since 2006 was that my brother had a problem with his brain. Doctor has told us that there has been a shortage of any chemical or element due to which he can never be cured, and even if he does, he will have to take medicine for the rest of his life. So then we got worried that what will happen now. Then what happened that after that he has kept on taking medicine, but it didn't make any difference. He even got addicted to intoxication like cigarettes and betel quid. He used to stay in the addiction for 24 hours. He used to get up at 12 in the night, used to drink cigarettes, abuse, and had made families and everyone's condition so bad. He had also been in bad condition. Then after that we got him put in the drug de-addiction center in Haridwar in 2007. Then there he was treated very badly. There he was tortured in many ways, he was harassed in very bad condition. It means that he has already become a little crazy. But after going to the drug de-addiction center, he became so mad that he had no senses, nor did he wear clothes. He had no sense of eating or drinking. He didn't know where he was going. It meant he used to go anywhere, any village or any city. He has no senses where he is going. My mother is a nurse in the health department, and my mother was so sad that what should I do? A job or taking care of my son? And we are only one brother and sister, and there is no one else at our house. Like relatives used to live far away, like my uncle, he used to live in another city. There was no one to take care of my brother at home because my mother used to do service in the health department. The condition had become so bad. Then everyone said that put him in the de-addiction center. Then there he did not get any benefit. But from there we checked him up in Ram Manohar Lohia hospital in Delhi, where he stayed for 3 or 4 months. His treatment went on there too. But there it was same, that he used to eat medicine and then sleep. Then again use same condition like cigarette and betel quid, used to go somewhere. We had to live with him, like don't know when or where he would run away. After that he stayed there 3 to 4 months. After that we brought him home. After that again there was the same condition. Then my uncle used to live here in Delhi. He said that checked him up in Lady Harding. There is a mental hospital. Then we checked him up there. We brought him to Lady Harding. Then there also they said the same thing, that there is a lack of element in its mind to think and understand. He forgets. He does not know where I am going. Then we admitted him there. Then while staying there, we didn't see even 1% benefit. Then we brought him home. Then someone suggested we went to the pundits, because now we were fed up with the doctors. People usually tell in the house that be in touch with priest, that the priest tell what is the fault in your house, what is not. Then when we went to the pundits said that you should get Bhagavad done in the house for 7 days and see that all your trouble will go away. There's a fault of ancestors in your house, and Pitras means, they said, that they only can make things correct. No one else can fix it. Then my mother said that it's okay, I'll do it and let's see what happens. Then my mother got Bhagavad done. We called 7 pundits for 7 days. It happened very well done, with great pomp, in such a way that we spent 3 to 4 lakh rupees on this happiness that my brother will be fine. We did Bhagavad for 7 days and gave farewell to the pundits. Even after spending so much money, we did not get even 1% profit. Literally not even 1%. We have not benefited even 1%. Then we went toward atheism, that if God was there, then God would surely listen to our request. Because God didn't listen us. We had become sad. After being so sad, then one day my mother listened to the Satsang of Sant Rampal ji Maharaj on TV. Then my mother heard the satsang and said that what kind of knowledge is this? Who is speaking that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are branches of the world in the form of tree? They are supreme and imperishable God. Then my mother called there that what kind of knowledge it is. Then she went to whoever was associated with Sant Rampal ji Maharaj. His house was around a village. Then he said there is such knowledge, and his daughter also used to suffer. There was a hindrance of ghosts and spirits. Then my mother said that sure, I would take the initiation. Then my mother took the initiation from Sant Rampal ji Maharaj ji. Then we got him initiated in 2018. After that, he got a lot of benefits. He got rid of his intoxication, and he also got rid of the habit to run away here and there. Now he do devotion also. He also does his personal work, which he did not even used to do his personal work. Earlier, he did not even do bathing, like he didn't used to take bath and all by himself. But after that, he used to do all the work. He follow his daily routine, and by the grace of God, my mother also bought the car for him. By the mercy of Sant Rampal ji, we also took a plot of 50 yards in Najafgarh in Delhi. There were many benefits, like what people says that we had the bread and peace. After 12 years, we learned to laugh, that what is laughter and peace, what it look like to eat roti with peace. Then this is the biggest benefit of our life by the mercy of Sant Rampal ji Maharaj. And now there is lot of change in him. He has started doing devotion too. His intoxication is also ended. Now there happiness all over in my house by the grace of God. My mother used to have lump on her feet. She could not walk downstairs. The lump which mother had on her feet, it was from childhood. And my mother showed that lump to everywhere but didn't get any treatment. Doctor said that it is from your birth. It cannot be cured, but you can do one thing. You can surgery on this lump. My mother used to think that I don't know what will happen in my leg after surgery. She tried it once, but it did not help at all. Not even 1% benefited. And my mother used to have knee pain too. She used to have headache too. My mother could not even walk properly in the bus. My mother used to go to her hospital, used to go on duty, and could not even walk in the bus. And after taking initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji, the happiness that came in our house, it was so much happiness, so much benefits, that I can't tell that if God had met us earlier, we would not had to face so many sorrows. And today we are very happy that, as we say, that there are a lot of blessings inside our house by the grace of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji.
After taking initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, you got many benefits. So the women who are watching you today, who are also sad like you, what will they have to do to take initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj?
To take initiation of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji, Satsang comes on Sadhana channel. Yellow strip comes below it. One can contact on the ashram numbers. One can call them by taking those numbers and can tell that whatever is your problem. Before taking initiation, first of all, understand the knowledge. If you understand the knowledge of Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, then you will come to know that what is his knowledge, what kind of devotional method he tell, which is even certified from the scriptures. This certified knowledge, according to the knowledge in the scripture, he is giving devotion today in our country. So many religious leaders are sitting. No one has the method of devotion. And they have looted and cheated the public. And Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji has given a knowledge. By opening a scripture, he has shown by opening the scripture of every religion that it is written here. This means what is the condition of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? They are not imperishable. They are themselves telling in Mahadevi Bhagavad Puran that we are originated from Prakriti Durga Devi. We take birth and die. If one do not know the meaning of these words, then they can check in the dictionary, and all the scriptures have been shown openly by Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji. And now today there is an educated society. It is not that no one knows that it is an educated society. You can see the Satsang of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj on YouTube, which comes on YouTube, Facebook. The Satsang of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji is going on everywhere on Instagram. You first listen to his knowledge carefully and compare it with other gurus and saints' knowledge. Those who are religious gurus, who are Mahamandaleshwar, we will come to know that what is the reality, what is written in our religious text and what is being told to us, what kind of devotion we were being told, and after doing that devotion, our ancestor had become ghosts and phantoms, then trouble us, and then the same pundits roam around us and get engaged in the same thing. Do this, do that, because we have suffered this much more than 12 to 15 years, because we have wasted so much money because of these pundits and their worship. Now we have learned for future and hold our ears that we have got true knowledge given to us by God. Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji, he has given complete knowledge in the world. There is no Tattvadarshi Sant equal to Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji in this world, and there is no guru who gives knowledge equal to him. So this is what I humble request to devotee society. I pray that you listen to the knowledge of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj. You see how his knowledge is right. I have read his book, The Way of Living, Gita Tera Gyan Amrit, Gyan Ganga. You can order this book from the contact number that comes on yellow stripe. You can also order a book for yourself at your home and read that book. See that knowledge. See how much benefit there will be to in your house. There will be no trouble in your house. First of all, you will be know that why we have come to this world, and if we have come, then why we have to go, and if we have to go, then where were we have to go? If we have to go, then where did we come from? And where do we go after death? This knowledge and virtue have been given only by Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji and not by any religious guru.
Thank you.
Sat Sahib Ji.
You were listening to the auspicious discourses of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj. For more details, visit our website www.jagatgururampalji.org. With the blessings of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, there are more than 500 Nam Diksha centers all over the world where free online initiation is being given. To know about your nearest Nam Diksha center, please contact 8222